Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me move the screens around here. 2 seconds, guys. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome back. Let me move this here. There we go. All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Audio and video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. If any of you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. Been trading for the last 7 years and mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. So good to be back on with you guys. Gold ended up having a pretty decent drop yesterday, which we'll talk about. NQ ended up having a crazy squeeze. So we'll look at all markets this morning. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. And yeah, we are jumping on a little bit early London and European times, guys, just for until we get the clock changes in the US. We'll go back to the normal schedule, which I believe is it's Sunday. The clocks are changing again, so we'll get back to business as normal next week. But if you guys are some of you here in Europe and UK are wondering why we're on a little bit early, then that is why. We'll be back to the normal London Opens next week. So let me just get you guys over here. Did anyone get these? Who got these sells yesterday on gold? Anyone get the sells? Sells ended up having a very, very, very nice push. Huge sell-off yesterday on gold. Really, really big push. We dropped. This was our 4-hour highs from our market call yesterday. You know, gold dropping down 700 plus ticks. Crazy. In Asia, what are we down? You know, gold was up 450 ticks, and then gold right back down another 600. These ranges are absolutely insane, guys. Dakota in the house. Let's go, man. Appreciate tuning in. Good to see you here, man. Good to see you here. Caught this before. Nice. Some of you guys get some Asia trades. Did you get a piece today, Dakota? Did you get some slow markets, not so slow markets trades? Asia's been having all the fun. Caught this before. Nice, Chris. Nice sell. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Yeah, you had a nice double bottom here. Look at this. Very nice double bottom. Came down to liquidate that, which was beautiful. He gets a piece every day. I know. Takes it all for us. Doesn't keep any for us in London. Nice. Bunch of you guys got short this morning. Amazing. Yeah, it's a very, very, very decent sell-off. Which, you know, some of you guys were asking yesterday about our daily bias. How do we find our daily bias? Well, look at yesterday's candle closure. We've broken back below some major support levels. You know, we held all the way back above 4100 for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. We failed to close below that level. Yesterday, you absolutely smashed through some huge levels. And remember, guys, this monthly, where's this monthly open? This monthly open is down here. So, where are we? Here. If we start getting back down here, this monthly has gone from looking incredibly bullish to all of a sudden, we're leaving a massive wick rejection, which is very, very, very interesting here on gold. Which could be very interesting coming into the whole entire end of the year. So, the more we see gold sell off this week, final trading week of the month, this monthly candle is going to be looking pretty potentially bearish. It'll be a very, very, very interesting close. You know, we had these huge all-time high pushes. We're going to have to adjust some key levels here as well, guys. Let's bring these next levels down to, where are we? 3950. And we have next level below will be 3900. So we got our key levels here on gold. Now, let's get rid of this here for a second. So yeah, talking about daily bias, you know, given the fact that, yeah, left some for you though. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, given the fact that, you know, yesterday we broken back below huge historical levels, 4100, 4050, back below 4000 as well. Yeah, to me, shorting gold today, back down to these areas, back down to 3950, looks like a pretty logical trade. And it looks like we are doing it pretty quick. So let's have a look. You're already getting a very decent squeeze here. Remember, guys, we'll look at all markets this morning as well. We'll have a look at NQ. We'll have a look at some of the currency pairs. We'll look at the euro. This is quite nice here on gold. Yeah, how many people do you think would have been getting trapped in some early buys here on gold? You know, people try and buy off this initial rejection when they sit their stops right down below these previous lows here from the 9th of October. So to see gold continue to squeeze them lows looks very nice. You're already having a pretty decent drop here though. So if we all of a sudden start shorting this, you know, where can we manage risk? I would like to see a little bit of a pullback here. Maybe bring in some more early buyers and then see if we can squeeze this lower. Because this is already a pretty decent sell-off here, guys. You know, from these highs, you're down 300, pull back, down to 5, pull back, and down 700 ticks, which is, yeah, crazy. 700 ticks pre-London is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Got a good short and long in Asia. Nice, nice, nice. Reacting to the markets, that's what we like to see, man. Got 40 ticks in 2 seconds when it ripped down. Didn't even have time to move the TP, but we'll take it. Nice, Patrick. Nice short. Nice short. Yeah, looks like some of you guys are already in these shorts. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, it's a pretty, it's a very decent sell-off here on gold. So I probably want to see if we can find some support, pull back and continue selling. It's definitely not, you know, a market that we want to be buying anymore. To me, this could continue squeezing lower until the end of the week, which, what do we have coming up this week that could potentially shake things around? So today is the 28th. We do have consumer confidence here. Remember, guys, I'll be on fast markets today as well. If any of you guys who are trading New York, I'll be on fast markets today. What else do we have tomorrow? We've got some Bank of Canada news. Oh, yes, we do have FOMC. FOMC on Wednesday as well, guys. So that could shape up the markets. FOMC right into that monthly close. Look at this Goldie getting smashed here. Look at this, guys. Gold with a big, big, big sell-off. Oh, wow, look at that. There's a weird bug on my mic. This is the fun of living in the countryside. You get these little weird bugs everywhere. A bit too close to my face, my liking. Let's not do that. Look at this. Houses. This is what happens when you live in the countryside. You get these little things. I don't know if you guys can see it. You probably can't see it. You get these little weird things absolutely everywhere. And I'll leave you over there. That was awfully close to my face. Yeah, she's ripping. Yeah, it's having a big, big, big sell-off here. Big, big sell-off. Oh, look at this. John tuning in. What's going on, man? Been locking in my best trading results. I'm locked in on studying your lives consistently. Powerful results. Thank you, Aaron. Amazing, man. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear, man. Good work. Just from tuning in some live streams is absolutely amazing, man. So we got gold having a big sell-off here, guys. Big, big, big sell-off. Now, eat it. Yeah, don't waste gains like that. What do you mean, bro? It's there for taking. You live in the country. Be cultured. Get more cultured. Remember, guys, X plug. We have hit 560. Look at this, 560 followers on X. Remember, guys, if you want me to see your guys' charts, remember, tag myself, tag Topstep, hashtag London Open, and I'll be able to see your guys' trades and charts. So if you want me to see your charts, remember, guys, look at this, hashtag London Open at Topstep. We'll be able to fire up your screen. We've got this London Open community growing as well. And we hit 560 followers. So, yeah, NQ, let's have a look. To be honest, in terms of a setup right now on gold, you know, what would be the logical thing to do after a 700 tick drop? Well, if we caught this drop, would we be taking new trades right now? Well, the answer is probably not. So the fact that we're not in any trades just yet, it's only 6:42 London time, we kind of have to let it find its feet. There's not really too much down here. You know, it's had a huge push. We can start revenge trading, we can start getting emotional, or we can accept it and wait. It just didn't come on. It didn't happen when we were on, but guess what? Like I say, it's 6:43 London time. We have plenty of time to get some trades here and look at some other markets. So for gold, exactly, Patrick, not trading is also trading, exactly. don't get me wrong, it would have been absolutely amazing to catch this push down, but unfortunately, you know, I don't trade at 4 a.m. London time, so I wasn't able to catch on. So by the time I jump on, we're all the way down here. What is the likelihood? What's the probability of the next move here on gold? Are we just going to all of a sudden hit these lows and just reverse up? Or are we going to break the lows and continue ripping down? Or are we probably going to create a bit of a range before then we have that next move later on? Well, let's use our logic part of our brain. What do we do after a huge sell-off? We create a pretty big range and then we have the next move. So to me, this big sell-off here on gold, we will likely need to create some space, create a range before having the next move. And the last thing we want to do is start trading down here. Price starts to range, and then we start saying to ourselves, oh, damn it. Why do I always get caught in the ranges? I hate trading ranges. So let's think logical for a second. We've had a huge push down. Regardless of if we caught it or not, the most logical thing right now would be, okay, sit on your hands and wait. Because guess what? This isn't going to be the only move of the day. The markets are going to have a nice move today. So let's be patient and let's be ready for it. Let's do the smart thing here on gold and just let it find its feet. So we'll look at some other markets here, guys. And exactly, not trading is also trading. Exactly. Exactly, man, exactly. So let's have a look here, guys. We are having a crazy push. I didn't trade NQ yesterday. I didn't trade this main account at all yesterday. Last time I traded my main London account here was on Friday. So personally, I didn't take any main trades here yesterday. I do believe I am like one payout, one more green day away from another payout here on the main London account. Excuse me. So, well, we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, let's have a look at NQ. But yeah, remember, guys, you don't need to be, you know, although it would be fantastic to be in that gold short, less is more in this game, guys. Less is more. So yeah, obviously, NQ had that crazy gap yesterday and continued to run. That's the reason I didn't trade NQ yesterday. Let's adjust these a little bit for a second. 26, put on 26,000 there. Let's adjust this a little bit. So we can have 25,750. And then what do we have sitting above? We will have, let's say, it's quite far away, but we do have 26,250. So here's our higher time frame levels of interest here on NQ. So we've pretty much gone from breaking above 25,500 all the way up to 26k within a day, which is absolutely huge. So NQ still very, very bullish. You know, we spoke about NQ longs when we were all the way back down here, breaking above 25,000. We spoke about this long on NQ to come up into these all-time highs. Now, we didn't know we were going to squeeze this high, but that's the thing with NQ. That's the most logical trade. We're very bullish. We have been very bullish for quite some time. So daily buys on NQ would be continuing to buy. Remember, we do have FOMC tomorrow as well. Now, if I did want to get long here on NQ, I can't lie, it's a little bit of a tough one just because we have had such a huge push. Makes sense for NQ to pull back at some point to fill in the gap. Going off how Hogue looks the market. I mean, yeah, it would make sense to fill in the gap. But it's also like one of them trades where it's okay to, and it'll be good to hear Hogue's opinions today when I jump on, but it's okay to think that price needs to fill in the gap. But then you also kind of do have to trade what's right in front of you as well. And what's right in front of you is just we've been so bullish. Yeah, 100%, yeah, 100%, man, 100%. So, yeah, we're still very bullish. You know, we've hit this 26,000 region, which is a very, very big round psychological level. Yeah, I imagine you'd get a lot of people who are buying NQ for more swing trades, would be looking to take some profits around this 26,000 region. Now, for the London session, to be honest, the price action is not really too bad in here. How big are these ranges? About 40-point range, which is absolutely tradable. You're having a bit of a, you kind of had this break down, pull back, kind of have this. You're going to get another leg lower, or are we going to see this pull back, grab some highs before then, maybe getting a dip lower. Personally, I would. Nice thing about trading pre-London here, guys, is we have been seeing a lot of NQ pre-London moves, which is nice. So potential to buy this back higher. We do have this hourly close coming in about 10 minutes, and it looks like we're trying to form a bit of a morning star play. So if we can start to break back above, you've just now left a pretty perfect double top. There may be some NQ plays here this morning. Like I say, guys, gold's already... Oh, there you go. Look at that. Gold has hit the lows of this liquidity over here. We spoke about this, you guys. On Zoom, we spoke about these lows in our... Oh, sorry, I didn't get to post the Asian market yesterday, but in our trade setups for price to come down and liquidate these lows. You broke 4,000. You held it. Big sell. There's almost a 500 tick sell-off here on gold. 500 tick range, so you got about 400 tick sell-off here. Asia with the play. Look at that. Beautiful. So let's see how NQ is going to react around this range. It does look like it could be more tradable this morning other than gold. Like I say, now that gold has grabbed the lows, we're not just going to bounce and rip up another, 500 plus ticks. I mean, we could in these markets, but the likely probability scenario here is you're going to create a little bit of space here on gold. So I would be very careful on gold. So we'll look at some other markets. So anything else you guys are looking at, feel free to send it over. I do want to keep an eye on NQ here. We have this hourly close coming in 10 minutes as well. Wow, look at that. Just got my third XFA. Amazing, man. Amazing. 3 XFAs is fantastic. Should I copy trade them or trade them individually? Personally, I would trade them individually. Well, if you want to copy trade too, maybe you can. But, this is my main London account here. Don't get me wrong. Personally, I love copy trading, but I've been trading for a long time where I'm extremely numb to P&Ls. And the fact that, this month I made about 4.3 thousand here on 1 XFA goes to show that, you don't really need to be copy trading loads just yet to be making good, consistent gains. If you're getting good, consistent payouts, then, yeah, maybe you want to start slowly copy trading. But it's also like, how do you feel? For instance, for me here, if I copy trade 2 accounts here, which I do have, and I take a $300 loss per account, minus $600 per day, personally, I couldn't care less. It's part of the business. But for someone else, losing $300 across 3 accounts could stop you from making good trading decisions. Therefore, it's probably best just to trade them individually. So depends on how you feel mentally. Someone shouldn't tell you how many accounts you should be copying, or if you should be copying 2 or if you should be copying 5. It's how do you feel mentally? XFA. In an XFA, we can many trades in a day or week or month without any type of issue with Topstep. Not too sure what you mean, man. You can take as many trades as you want, I guess, yeah. As long as you have a minimum of $550 green days to take your payout, yeah, I don't see why not. You can take as many as you want. You could take 2 trades for the whole week or the whole month if you really wanted to. Risky for a biscuit. So we got this hourly close coming in here soon, guys. I want to see if NQ is going to close bullish to potentially get some nice longs here. Pull back into this 26,000 region before we do get short. The only thing, if we do close like this, could you see NQ come for a bit of a rollover? I mean, yes, it's possible, but look how bullish we are. So, to answer this question, yesterday you mentioned daily bias is important. Can you elaborate on how you do analyze the daily bias? Well, here's a pretty good example. So, we're very bullish. So what is the most logical trade here at NQ? We've been bullish the past 1, 2, 3 days. The most logical trade here to me is going long. So my daily bias here at NQ would be bullish. Same as gold. In the Traders Club, we called shorts in Asia on gold today. Why? Well, look at the daily bias. The daily yesterday closed below some major historical all-time high support levels. See here, huge support. Yesterday we broke through it, so what's the daily bias today? Continue selling. And where could we see gold potentially come down to here, guys? Back down to 3,900 pretty soon. Wouldn't be that surprising. So daily bias, NQ, long, huge breakout. Daily bias on gold, bearish. Huge daily breakout yesterday as well. So my days where my daily bias is as simple as this, these are the days that I want to absolutely maximize. And then on these days, you might be a little bit more patient. Kind of like yesterday. I didn't trade yesterday because I wasn't too sure if we're going to wick some highs or we're going to close bearish. But when you get this big bearish daily breakout, cool. Then I'm going to take advantage of this day. Hi Aaron, I'm currently up $670. This is my 5th 200 green day. Should I request a payout? You mean you're up 670 today? Because if you've got your 5th $200 payout, then you should be up over 1,000. Again, though, you know, me personally, I leave a buffer of like 2,000 to 3,000 in my account before I take a payout. Personally. Like, what do we have right here? I got about 4,000 here. And then on this account, I got 5,700. So, personally, I try to leave a good enough buffer just for the psychology side. Just so you can afford to give yourself, you know, a couple of losses and you don't want to lose the account. Yeah, trends friend, absolutely, man. Yeah, diamond hands mentality is so tough. It's such a crypto thing, diamond hands. I have 150 X of A, I'm close to 3k. Should I make 9k, then withdraw, or make 6k and it'd be my first ever payout? I wouldn't even shoot for that much, to be honest. If it's your first ever payout, and what, you're up 3,000, personally, I would be taking out $500 right now. You should never be looking to make a certain goal before taking a payout. I never set myself profit goals. I never say, you know what, I'm going to build this up to 3,000, trading small size. Then when I get to 3,000, then I'm going to start trading minis. I'm going to build it up to 9, and then I'm going to take a huge payout. I don't think like that. If you've been trading well for the month, you feel like you deserve to see some profits from your hard work, amazing. Take it out. Gold's still dropping low here, guys. Look at this. Gold really could sell off pretty hard here, guys. We could be coming all the way down to 3,900 here today. But again, if we're going to come down to 3,900, I'm not going to sell it from here. So, yeah, there's no... Again, it's one of them things that it's like, how do you feel mentally? Have you been trading for a long time and you haven't seen any profits and you feel like you're getting to a little bit of a burnout and you want to see something? It's a how do you feel personally? But for me, and what I kind of say to you guys is, you know, if it's your first ever payout, you're up 3,000, which is amazing. So congrats on that. I would say just take out a little bit. You know, you don't have to take out half, just take out, you know, $500 just to show yourself, wow, look at this. I actually did this. It kind of keeps you mentally in check and keeps you motivated to continue to trade well. Whereas if you focus too much on chasing a buffer, then we should never ever be trading from a perspective of where we should be chasing any sort of P&L amount. We just trade the charts. We shouldn't be focusing on the P&L. You know, you should trade for the month and look back in a month and go, oh, sweet. This month I made like 5,000. Cool. I'm going to take a little payout now. The more you set yourself trading goals, especially from a P&L perspective, the harder you will find it and the longer you will set yourself back. Personally, that's my thought process on it. So you're up 3,000, which is amazing work. So like I say, amazing. That's fantastic. Treat yourself, reward yourself. Doesn't have to be huge, but you know, take something out. I don't have a problem with reading charts correctly and seeing price go to my TP, but not taking the trade. I seem to have a fear factor before placing the trade. Any advice on that? So, I mean, I always say hesitation kills traders. hesitation is one of the worst things you can have. You learn absolutely nothing from hesitating. I would rather take a loss from trying to give my trade a chance than just watching it hit my TP and doing nothing, because I'm not going to learn anything from that. So if you have issues with, maybe you're scared to lose or you're hesitating a lot, there's a few different reasons why it could be. It's kind of hard to say why it could be for you, but it could be that you're too scared to lose a P&L amount, or you don't have trust in your plan. For me, I never have any hesitation issues if my plan is setting up, because I know that my plan works so well over a long period of time. Therefore, there's no reason for me to be worried about if this one trade is going to lose. And that's kind of the second point, that, your people put too much emphasis and too much focus on a single trade. Whatever I do here today isn't going to impact how I've performed over the last couple of months. So if I take a trade here today and I lose money, I'm still going to be up for the month. So it means absolutely nothing. So therefore, I just have to execute well. So you want to make sure you have a consistently profitable plan and prove to yourself that it actually works through, simulation sessions, through backtesting, through forward testing, and then just start executing with small size. You don't need to be trading huge size as well. Start trading small size, let your trades breathe, and also make sure you're not over-analyzing trades. I think a lot of people these days have analysis paralysis, which also leads to incredible hesitation and missing trades. That's why you see all these fancy concepts these days for extremely simple technicals, and people, overcomplicate the charts and then wonder why they can't press the buy and sell button. The more you overcomplicate this, the harder it is going to be for you to be able to execute. So keep it simple. Keep it simple. Good execution, small size, and losing is part of the business. But you will learn something. And it's not just because it's a round number, it's because it's the next massive daily level of resistance. Yeah. That's why I think gold could come down to 1300. So the next big breakout level. And it's the only real support after you break these lows here. You break these lows here, that's the only next level you have here. What kind of price action are you looking for GC to be bullish? Zero, to be honest. I'm not looking for any price action for gold to be bullish. In the past day and a half, gold's down 1,700 ticks. I'm honestly not looking for any bullish signs. I'm just looking for, maybe just a little bit of a pullback to continue selling. Kind of like this yesterday, you break up, you tag highs, you break back below, cool, there's my short. Pretty much exactly what we had into the New York session yesterday. This, you break above, you tag the highs, you break right back below, cool, there's my short. I'm looking for something pretty similar to that. But I'm not looking for any bullishness on gold right now. NQ, however, what have we done here? So tag the lows, bullish, tag the highs, bearish. I do like these longs here at NQ up into this double top region, seeing if this move down here is potentially false. Now the only way I will take that is if we start closing back above, then there's potential for some longs. Otherwise, if you do break the lows here, could you squeeze this support first? Possibly. And you may see NQ pull back down into these levels down here. About, let's call it that. 25,945-ish. If you break these lows here, you may pull back. If your daily bias is short, do you still take longs? It depends on how strong the daily bias is. Like today, the daily bias is very strong. Like the bearish daily bias is very, very strong. Why is it so strong? Well, look how strong yesterday's candle closure is. It's a 1,380 tick bearish candle. So personally, yeah, I won't buy this. Maybe on these days it's a bit different because you kind of did hold support, although you did close bearish, you're still finding support. So this day I can be a little bit more neutral. But when I see the daily close this bearish, yeah, I'm only shorting this day. I'm not looking for longs at all. Same as this day here. I'm not looking for longs at all. I'll short this day, make great money, and if I want longs, cool. I'll let this daily wick the lows, hold support, and I'll buy the next day. And again, make great trades. And this day is the $5,000 day from last week, following that daily bias. So gold is gold is pushing pretty hard here, guys. Yes, these dotted lines are my liquidity levels. These are the dotted lines that we mark on every day. So you had this, these were our levels from the New York session yesterday for price to come up and tag these highs before going short. We came up yesterday, tagged these highs, huge sell-off. So here today in Asia, you left a perfect double bottom. So what did you do? You also came up to grab some highs. And that's why it's a little bit frustrating here, because this short in Asia was absolutely textbook for us. You had your liquidity grab, you had that closure back below, and you had very clear targets. That short in Asia was textbook for our plan. And first target there, if you really want to hold some runners, where's your next target? These massive lows here. Oh, look at this. NQ could potentially breaking out here, guys. I like these NQ longs. A lot of people trapped in shorts. I think we may squeeze this higher. If I do trade NQ here, guys, remember, it'll be a very small risk, because I don't trade NQ very often, so I'll reduce the size. Let's see, 5 minutes here. Oh, look at this nice. I think you get a lot of people trying to jump in these shorts here in NQ. I like this to squeeze higher. Potential breakout coming in here on NQ. Nice, I like that. Had the shorts on MQ. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, man. I like that. I like that. It looks good. You got a nice double top. Why is silver not dumping? They're not really that correlated, to be honest. Let me have a look. Let's see. I mean, it's still down a pretty decent amount. You kind of already started to sell off much earlier on silver. Look at this. So when's this been selling off for? Silver's been selling off since the 17th. GC's been selling off since the 21st, but they're not that correlated that they should move at the same time. Silver's already kind of at the major support where gold's trying to come into. So silver's already back down at some huge level. So silver potentially could bounce. Let's have a look here, guys. Let's have a look. NQ could be shaping up here. Shaping up some longs back up into this resistance. Squeezing out any early sellers here. Let's see. We're in a little bit of a range, but this could be a worthwhile trade. How to know about these closes and wicks, please? I'm not too sure what you mean, man. What do you mean, sorry, man? How to know about these closes? What does that mean? You mean like the importance of candle closures? How did you get into trading live with Topstep? Good question, man. Good question. I streamed on my own channel for about 3 years, trading the London session every single day. And then I saw Topstep were adding people to stream overnight sessions for them, guys. And I just said, if there's ever an opportunity to stream London, let me know. And here we are. The rest is history. The rest is history. I already worked with Topstep on some, quite a lot of stuff on the trading retreats, partnerships on my own channel. So we came together and said, let's create the most amazing London show on the internet. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. Silver and gold fundamentals are so different, like how the world views the two metals. Yep. With regards to central banks, exactly. Yeah, very, very different. Very different. If we get a little bit of breakout here, quick bottom wick on the next five, I might see if we can get long here on NQ. Remember, guys, I'll be trading this at small size. I'm not really watching gold here today, so let's have a look at NQ. Let me trade the micro chart here. We'll get this to the 50. I'm going to trade the micro chart if I do trade this. Let's have a look. To trade currencies? I don't trade currencies, but I absolutely break them down for you guys. I break down the euro most days. If you guys want me to look at some currencies, we can absolutely look at them as well. I used to trade currencies, but I don't anymore. Hey Adam, yeah, it just means just revenge trading. Just going on full tilt, just losing everything, yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, they talk a lot about tilting, you know, poker and stuff as well. Look at this price action here at NQ, guys. Evening star lower, straight back up, which is nice because what I wanted to see. Yeah, a lot of people trapped in these shorts, but give us an entry, please here, please, NQ. Yeah, tilt, yeah, angry and just frustrated, yeah. How do you change charts from GC to NQ that quick? If you have your chart set to this, then I have my two screens. So if I'm on NQ and I want to look at this screen here, then if I just click tab, I can quickly switch between the two. So I usually have this as GC, and then I'll have this as a different chart. But because we're about to potentially take an NQ trade, I'm going to use this for micro NQ and use the other one for the main chart. Look at this price action here. Look at this. Tagged lows bullish, wick the highs bearish, straight back up in the first 10 minutes here. This is the hourly time frame here on NQ. Let's have a look. We can have a look at some currency. Let's have a look here. We got time. Let's have a look at the euro. The euro. Let's see. So, remember we said yesterday that the euro so come down into current weekly low. And what's interesting here in the euro right now is this monthly time frame could potentially close below some very big levels, but the euro on the higher time frame is extremely messy. Look at this, and this is why I don't really trade currencies much anymore. Look at this daily here. Look how slow this is. Huge push down, then doji, closing bullish, wicking the highs, so you may get lower. Nah, I've never bought. I wish I bought some real gold, man. I wish I did, but no, I never bought any real gold. See, this euro could keep squeezing up until FOMC on Wednesday. Then you could have a huge sell-off. Look at this price action on the way up here on the euro. To me, this is a huge trend line coming up that you can have a big squeeze here. A big squeeze. There you go. NQ back lower, coming down for them 5-minute lows. Let's have a look. NQ is looking pretty choppy in here as well today, guys. I wish I bought some gold. Bought some physical gold back in January. I'd be laughing. Yeah. But also make more money day trading it, to be honest. You make way more money day trading it than buying and holding. I mean, it's not a bad idea. But yeah, I wouldn't buy it. I definitely wouldn't buy it anytime soon, that's for sure. So what are we up to here in NQ? A bit of a messy range here so far in NQ, guys. Like I said, I do like the longs. I just don't really like this choppy price action. You could be taking a lot of break even and small paper cut losses in here. Yeah, way too pricey. Anything else you guys are looking at? You know, feel free to send it over. We've got time here. We got time. NQ still dropping. Let's have a look at Goldie here. Even though it's not really. Goldie's, you know, nice. It's wicking out the lows. It's holding some support. Is it enough to jump in longs? Well, what do we think? Do we think one grab of the lows is enough to start, you know, wanting to buy after an 825 tick sell-off? Yeah, getting silver. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Silver's at a pretty decent price. Again, it's already had a pretty crazy run though. Like, it's already a huge run. As a percent, what's this? This is like, where is this? 24. It's almost up like 100%, which is crazy. Crazy. Trust issues. What's this, Bruno? I have a discussion with my son-in-law. Is London open now or in an hour? Everyone is saying different things. Aaron, please help. Is London open now or in an hour? Well, London open is at 8 a.m. London time. You can see my chart down here. It's 7:13 London time right now. Bruno giving people trust issues. Why do they not trust you? They don't trust you, Bruno. Why do you not have trust in Bruno? It's at 8 a.m. London time. 8 a.m. London time. And right now it's 7:15. So you will have D trade in the London Open this week, guys. I believe D's coming on in about an hour, I believe, 45 minutes. So you will have D trading the London Open today. Look at this price action here on NQ. I like these longs, but I don't like this price action, guys. I'm happy to stay patient here. Gold trying to find some support, which is fantastic. But again, one bullish candle after a 700 tick sell-off isn't enough for me to start thinking, wow, this has to be the lows. Maybe it's time to start pushing up. So let's be patient on gold. I'm probably going to leave gold until New York session today, guys. NQ, again, in this pretty choppy range. What do I think about natural gas? I don't trade it personally. The price action I find very hard to read. I have taken some swing trades on a long time ago. But for day trading personally, I'm not a huge fan. But, you know, I don't know it well enough. I don't really see it giving anything better than potentially what gold gives. But if you do get good trades with it, it's fantastic. I would love to see. But me personally, I'm not a huge fan of when it moves and how it moves, personally. Yeah, enough to buy gold. Honestly, nothing. I wouldn't be buying gold today, to be honest, man. I wouldn't buy gold at all today. If it pulls back, fantastic. I'll keep selling. Look at this. Look at this sell-off. It's just been a straight push down. And also, if you try and buy gold today, you know, again, it's one of them things where you look at yesterday's candle close. What's the most logical thing to do here is to sell it. You know, yesterday you closed with a 1,400 tick bearish candle closure. So if we try and buy more times than not, you know, you might get lucky taking a little bit of a scalp. But are we trying to get lucky, or are we trying to make our life easier, traders, and do what actually works? For me, the most logical short trade here today would have been shorting. And if we didn't get short because it happened outside of our time zones, well, then that doesn't mean we want to start just taking the opposite way because we didn't get the trade that we know we should have been in. It just means we need to have some patience and wait. So if anything, you know, I would let gold pull back and then see if we can potentially sell it into New York. But the very likelihood is here in gold, guys, you know, you're, like I say, you're down 835 ticks, which is absolutely huge. So like I say, the most logical trade here is to wait for New York, because you'll probably create some ranges on gold until then. Like I say, after an 800 tick sell-off, you're not all of a sudden gonna, you know, find support and just rip up. It's not how the markets move. It's not how gold moves. And you're also not just going to keep selling off all day long. You're very likely now create a bit of range, pull back, and then get short. Literally exactly the same thing we did to get short here yesterday. You range, you pull back, grab some highs, and then you sell off. This was pretty much a perfect example of exactly what we want to see here today. And we called these perfect 4-hour high shorts as well. You guys on Zoom, we called these perfectly yesterday in our pre-New York market call, for price to come up and tag these lows before getting short. Where you came up, tagged the highs, and then you sold off 600 plus ticks. So do you want to trade in here and get chopped up, or do you want to wait for these setups? Personally, I want to wait for them setups. So let's have a look at NQ here, guys. NQ is still looking the nicest one to me, to be honest. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. 15 big wicks. I do believe these wicks are trying to bring in some sellers, so I'd like to see squeeze higher. Shoots on 50. I don't know. Maybe did it? Grab lows, grab highs. Still, again, still not going to sell it. It's down 800 plus ticks. But yeah, I guess it did. Also tagged lows and closed bullish. But what do you have? What, 30 ticks into lows? After an 800 tick sell-off? What's your advice on beginners trying to copy trade multiple accounts? My advice is do not do it. Don't try and trade multiple accounts if you're trading as a beginner. There's no need. You might get lucky, but you'll also blow a lot of accounts very quick. You know, if you lose a trade on a couple of accounts in the early days, that will massively affect your psychology and hold you back for a long time. You don't need to be trading multiple accounts to be taking payouts. Don't get me wrong, you can make more money trading multiple accounts, of course. But it's exactly the same as if you're trading a personal account. If you can't make money trading a $1,000 account, trading a $100,000 account isn't going to help your issue. So for most beginners, consistency is what you really want to be focusing on. You don't want to be focusing on trying to copy trade multiple accounts. You know, you could trade 100k or 150k account here on Topstep, trade small size. I'd be making like 2,000 to 3,000 a month. And until you're kind of at that level, you're doing that consistent month on month, then I wouldn't even worry about it. I like to copy trade. I think copy trading is good. It has its place. But for beginners, I would advise to, just stay away. Stay away. It's not really a short setup here, even it is, you know, recognizing the movement. You tag lows and close bullish, so you wouldn't be selling this candle even if it wasn't this low. You tag lows and close bullish, so you wouldn't be shorting this. You'd have to see it close bearish and then potentially short. NQ still kind of raging, guys. Gold's still selling off like crazy. Crazy sell-off on gold today, guys. It would be, like I say, it'd be fantastic to be in it. But where would we be in it from? We'd be in it from up here or here, not down here. This is a huge sell-off on gold today, guys. Huge sell-off. Look at this. Straight pushing. And this is why you don't try and buy. Gold is not the market to try and fight. Now, like I say, just because you see one bullish candle grab in the lows and closing bullish after a 700 plus tick sell-off doesn't mean, okay, cool, this is going to be the big reversal, it's time to go long. Gold is absolutely not the market to fight. If you really want to buy gold, you have to wait for at least an hourly candle closure. I still think NQ is nicer here. I just want to see a little bit of a, maybe just even a 15-minute breakout here to see if we can take this. And yeah, like I say, guys, we'll be on fast markets today as well, guys. So I'll probably look to see if we can trade gold maybe closer to New York. Gold for the London session is pretty written off today, unfortunately. For London, anyway. You know, Asia's already had the huge sell-off. For London, it's going to be pretty hard to want to trade gold here. People could just keep bringing this lower. So then if you say, well, why don't you sell it then? Well, the reason I wouldn't sell it is because where's my stop? If I start shorting gold from here, where's my stop loss and where's my target? Well, my stop loss is going to have to be like, way back above 4,000. And where's my target? Well, intraday, yeah, could have 3,900. But we're just going to rip from out of nowhere. I was in the sales earlier with targets of the lows that got grabbed. Nice, closed way too early though. Trade aggressive after a while. Yeah, still great short, man. Yeah, still great short. Yeah, you've got the sales early. This was like them shorts in Asia was absolutely fantastic. There's a beautiful short. Beautiful short. Yeah, right the New York Open, man. Yep, right the New York Open. Let's see here. NQ's teasing us for the longs. Like I say, I like these longs here at NQ. I'm just not a huge fan of this price action. If we do break out here bullish, I might try and take this a small size. Let me just see here. Very small size here. Like 1 or 2 micros max. I want to see if we can come up and squeeze these highs here. How big is this range? Yeah, it's a very small range. Like 15 points into the highs. They're very, very small. Let's see here, guys. Let's see. I do think this is kind of what I'm thinking here in NQ. You know, most people trying to short here, risking off this high, trying to get this big play down. So we're trying to buy up into this liquidity level. We got this 5-minute closure coming in 1 minute. How's that 30-minute looking? Yeah, 30-minute trying to get nice and back above as well. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Kate, I agree, man. I agree. Loving this volume. Yeah, 1 micro, little risk. Yeah, these movements. Yeah, the volume's insane on gold. Yeah, literally trading 1 mini. Sorry, 1 micro. Yeah, could literally feel like trading a mini. The ranges are absolutely huge. Like gold selling off 800 ticks in Asia is insane, unheard of in previous times. Like a year, 2 years ago, you would be lucky if you saw, 800 ticks in a week. You're seeing 800 ticks in a single session. Right now, Nico, right now, right here, the 15 confirms something, then you drop down. You ain't drop down to low time frame when something is being confirmed on a higher time frame. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it looks like a bit of a 30-minute fake out here at NQ. It looks like he's trying to come in here. You're getting a 5-minute breakout. Remember, the price action is pretty choppy here, guys, so I'll trade this at small size. I did that as well, kid. I did it with 2. I did it with two minis. But luckily I got out for a quick profit. It's easy to do, man, to be honest. It's very easy to do. But that's why in these markets, it's actually good if you just come into here and actually just block GC, so you can only trade micro, so you don't make the mistake of like maybe trading minis. Like just block in here, just block GC. So if you block GC, then you can only trade the micros. Yeah, nice. There you go. Yeah. So if you block GC, then you can just trade micros, so you don't make that mistake of trading minis by accident. Because it is easy to do. I've done it last week. I've done it before. Sometimes you don't realize you're too busy focused on the trade that But if you block it out, it can help a lot. It's a very, very, very helpful feature. All of these features are super helpful, guys. Super helpful. For me, my daily loss limit's about 750. I don't really lock it in because I can walk away pretty happily. But for you guys who are maybe newer, you're still trying to fight the urge of tilting, absolutely use these features as much as you can. Even if you don't like trading NQ, we'll just block out NQ. If you just want to trade, the micros of gold, then block out the minis. Use these features as much as possible. If you're still blowing accounts and you're not using them features, you have to take advantage of it. You absolutely have to take advantage of it. Did I go short yesterday? Yes, I did go short. Not on my main London account here. On one of my other accounts, yes, I did go short. I only took a small piece of it, though. The reason I didn't get as big of a short as I would have liked is because when I got short around these highs here, the hourly was still very bullish, so it kind of put me off taking a decent size short. You see here, the hourly closed bullish back above 4,050, so I wanted to get short above this 4-hour high, which is the level we called, but yeah, it was a bit too aggressive. Then you ended up selling. So yeah, I got $200 of it to lock in another green day, but not as much as I would have liked. 30-minute close coming in here, guys. NQ is trying to break back high. If we get a nice bottom wick on this next 30, I'm going to see if we can get long here. Yeah, definitely 30-minute fake out coming in. It is valid. Yep, it's completely valid. This is a nice fake out to go long. This looks pretty good, to be honest. You're looking for this to come pull back up into these highs here and potentially back up into 26,000. So yeah, this is a potential short coming up here, especially with this 30-minute close coming in here. I guess we have to thank these features. Yeah, the features are amazing. If I had them features when I first started trading, I would have saved myself a lot of personal accounts. The amount of personal accounts that I had lost in the early days, if I had these features, oh man, I would have saved myself a lot of time and a lot of money. A lot of time and money. So you have to use them. If you don't use them in your blown accounts, then you have to take control. Have to take control. Yeah, nice, Patrick. Yeah, ever since I truly hid every single dollar sign, it's been a huge game changer. Yeah, I love that, man. Love that. Love that. Setting a daily loss limit is a powerful edge. 100%. Yeah, it helps a lot. You know, it's okay to still get the days where you feel like you've got to go on tilt. But if you're not able to control them, then take advantage of it. If you hit your... Yeah, nice. There you go, Patrick. Hit my personal daily loss limit yesterday. Made it all back today. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And it can be annoying, you know, when you do hit the personal daily loss limit and it does lock you out. You're like, damn, I want to keep trading. But when you come back with a clear mind, you come back the next day, you're like, I'm so glad I did that. Because they're the days where it can spiral and turn into really bad losses. You know, all it takes is one bad trade to ruin like a month's worth of good trades. I've had that plenty of times. I could have an absolutely amazing month. One day, I could spiral and blow all of it. Not anymore, but in my previous days. So now it's like, you guys have to understand that that is so possible. And that is always right around the corner. So use these features as much as you can to eliminate that as much as possible. So potential 30-minute fake out coming in here, guys. 30 minutes closing nice and bullish here on NQ. If we can get a little bit of a pullback, I might see if we can get these longs. Yeah, it's literally just like golf. Yeah, it is. Trading and golf are very similar. If you're having a bad trading day, don't go play golf. That doesn't sound like a very good idea. Go to a happy place. Nice. Did you watch you guys watch the second one? I didn't like it as much. So you've got that bullish closure back above. 30 minutes close nice and strong. 15 minutes close nice and bullish. Yeah, I still liked it. It was still good. It's still nostalgic. But you can't beat the classic. One of my favorite films. Did 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I did it 2 weeks ago. Was it 2.5k on the Express? Decided for whatever reason to size up a couple of contracts and lost 1.5 in one trade. Yep. It happens, man. It happens. It's a scary thing about these markets. If we don't control ourselves, they will take control of us. And you can lose a lot of money. You can lose a lot of money very fast. So you always have to trade with a stop. And more importantly, utilize these amazing features and risk management settings that we have here on Topstep. So there's a little bit of a bottom wick here on NQ, guys. It's going to be one, looks like it's going to be on the trades. You're going to have to kind of let it breathe. Because it's not like we're not pushing with good volume. What would you be risking here? You're risking like 16 points. Yeah, to make 14. It doesn't really make too much sense. Daily profit target lockout I find is more important for removing yourself from the market. Stay consistent to your plan. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's good. If you use it, fantastic. Fantastic. Especially if you're a trader that, you know, likes to be one and done. Get your one green day for the day and be done. It's always good to use that as well. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like I say, I like this NQ long right here. But where's my stop? My stop's going to have to at least be here. And I'm trying to target into this liquidity level, so I'm just about squeezing a one-to-one. It doesn't really make too much sense. I don't like to trade. I like, you know, obviously I'd manage before that, but actually there's not really anywhere to manage it before that. You know, maybe you close back below there, you could manage, but I could also easily see that happening and fake it out before going higher. So it's not an easy read coming into this London session, guys. Remember, you got the London Open in about 30 minutes as well. Gold having an absolutely crazy sell-off. Crazy, crazy, crazy sell-off. So don't fight gold. Don't chase gold. Let gold do its thing. We will pull back and we will get our short. So to be honest, I'm going to be leaving gold until closer to pre-New York, where we'll be on for fast markets. So with that being said, guys, YouTube guys, remember you have D coming on in about half an hour, trading the London Open this week until we get back to the clock changes in America, which will be next week. So markets are moving here on gold. Great short on gold, but before the London session happened, I'm not going to take this NQ trade. I'm very likely going to wait until fast market. So if you guys do want to watch me trade the New York Open today instead, which is probably what I'm going to be waiting for, we'll be live for fast markets today. So come along, say hi. We'll see if we can get some better gold trades. And for now, I'm going to close the charts. I'm going to wait for the New York session. So good session this morning, guys. Patience will pay here. and I will see you guys later on for fast market. So come along, tune in, and if not, you have D coming on right after me as well. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.